Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings viewer. Beautiful day, isn't it? I hope you're feeling great today. In this special occasion, we're gonna learn about the quadratic equation. Before we continue the lesson, let me introduce myself and tell to you why we should learn quadratic equation. This is my profile as a college student. My name is Dayu Priawan. My name is 11230174074. I'm studying math education in Faculty of Tarbiyah and Teacher Training at UIN Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta. After learning quadratic equation, student will able to defining quadratic equation, knowing its standard form, and solving quadratic problem. Without further ado, let's get right into it. What is the exact meaning of quadratic equation? A quadratic equation is a collection of terms usually involving one letter, an equal sign, and some numbers. The letter represents an unknown, and when you solve an equation, you're finding its value. Here are the example of equation. Simple linear equations are: number 1, x plus 3 equals 5. Number 2, 2x minus 3 equals 11. The solution of those are: equation 1 is x equals 2, and equation 2 is x equals 7. But you may wonder, how to solve quadratic equations properly? A quadratic equation again involves a collection of numbers and letters with an equal sign. It will have a square unknown terms, and this will be the highest power of the unknown. This is what qualifies it as a quadratic. Quadratic equations are harder to solve than linear equations because making x the subject is trickier. We can solve quadratic equations by factorizing. Factorizing in quadratic equations is the process of expressing the equations as a product of two binomial expressions. It involves finding two binomials that, when multiplied together, results in the original quadratic equation. Using the quadratic formula, we can solve the quadratic equation by using the quadratic formula that will be explained in the next slide. Completing the square. Completing the square is the technique used to rewrite a quadratic equation in a different form, called vertex form or standard form. The process involves manipulating the equation to express it as a perfect square trinomial. Here's how. Quadratic equation will usually offer two solutions, but some give only one and others don't give any. The function of quadratic formula. The quadratic formula allows us to solve the general quadratic equation where ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 by substituting into this formula where x equals minus b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. The plus minus sign tells us to perform the calculation once with a plus and then with a minus. This usually gives two different answers for x. Here is an example. A ball is thrown into the air with an initial velocity of 30 meters per second. The height of the ball at any time t can be modeled by the equation ht equals minus 5c squared plus 30t plus 10, where ht represents the height in meters and t represents the time in seconds. Find the maximum height reached by the ball and the time it takes to reach that height. So, the answer is ht equals minus 5t squared plus 30t plus 10 is the same form as ax squared plus bx plus c. So we can assume that a equals minus 5, b equals 30, and c equals 10. To find t, use t equals minus b over 2a. The first step is calculating t. T equals minus b over 2a. T equals minus 30 over 2 multiply minus 5. T equals minus 30 over minus 10. So t equals 3 seconds. The second step is substitute t equals 3 to ht. Ht equals minus 5t squared plus 30t plus 10. h3 equals minus 5 multiply 3 squared plus 30 multiply 3 plus 10. h3 equals minus 45 plus 90 plus 10, so h3 equals 55 seconds. Therefore, the maximum height reached by the ball is 55 meters. and the time it takes to reach the height is 3 seconds. Thank you for today. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.